here's Brody Brazil.
At this moment, Major League Baseball has a huge issue and dilemma, and let's be honest, problem to discuss among fans, among players, the media, and also its teams. Like, this is really something that's a problem. It's an unintentional disadvantage for the number 1 and 2 ranked teams in each the American and National League. Because of the newish playoff format, 3 wildcard teams, 6 total teams from each league, that means there's a bunch of byes in that first wildcard round, and all of the teams that had a bye, they had an extended time off. 5 days off for 4 teams, and all 4 of those teams are now struggling in their first postseason games. Take a look here at the bracket, specifically the Astros, the Dodgers, the Orioles, and Atlanta. You notice a common thread here? None of those teams are leading their first postseason series. As I record this, right, it's the evening of October 9th. Houston tied with the Twins. The Orioles the Orioles trailing Texas 2-0, excuse me. The Dodgers trailing that series as I record this. And Atlanta tied 1-1 with the Phillies. Now, these were some of the best teams all regular season long, but the problem is they had to sit. And it's this new format with 12 total teams. This is how you have to do it. You have to have a bye for 4 teams, and this was supposed to be the benefit, right? You win your division or you're one of the top 2 ranked teams in your league, something comes along with it. In this case, 5 days off came with it. And 5 days off in baseball is definitely too much. Here's some reasonings, here's some takeaways. Baseball is the only everyday sport. Perhaps if this were the football playoffs or a basketball team or the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, you'd say, hey, 5 days off? We will take it. It just doesn't matter as much. But timing, routine, rhythm, momentum. Baseball's the only sport where you struggle, and you know how you get out of it? You play a bunch more games. You get a bunch more at-bats. You get 3 more starts and 24 more innings to pitch or whatever. The point is, baseball is designed and played out and executed to be an everyday sport, and there's really nothing like it. So it's fine for other sports and different situations to say, yeah, rest is great. But in baseball, rust happens, it seems, sooner than rest is actually benefited from. Like a 2-day break in baseball. That might be great. 2 days off, like, when do you ever take multiple days off in the season? Yeah, you get one here, you get one there. You also get the All-Star break, which for a lot of teams is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, and then you play a game on Friday. But that's for every team at a little bit past the actual halfway point of the season. And so everybody's kind of riding that, disadvantage in the moment. But a full 5 days off from the end of the regular season to the beginning of the postseason, and the team you're about to face, they just won a playoff series. They're hot. They're feeling it. They either won 2-0 or they won 2 out of 3. And so it's just, it really does feel like there's a breaking point between 2 days off, that's fine. 3 days off, you're starting to question it. 4 days off, that's a problem. But we're talking about 5 full days off for all of those teams which were supposed to be reaping a benefit. But here's the problem. Baseball expanded. This is how you have to do a bracket with that many teams and an American League side and a National League side. What else do you do to fix this? There's only one thought I had, and I'm trying to be generous here. How about you keep a best-of-3 playoff format? Because I really don't like the one-game wild card thing. And it's really not fair because back in the day, it was 2 wild card teams. They'd play a wild card game. Okay, they both got in, not winning their division, so they're kind of both in that same situation. But now there's 3 wild card teams. How do you eliminate 2 of them or even one of them? You just can't do it. How about this? A wild card round. It's a best of 3, but there's a doubleheader for game 1 and 2. And at the very worst, it's a 2-day series. 1-2, and then game 3 on the second day if it's necessitated. And then you could start the ALDS or the NLDS right after that. Now we're talking about that magic sweet spot of 2 or 3 days off. That'd be fine. But 5 days off, you're messing with people here. And I say this has to be seen. This has to be acknowledged. Baseball can't sweep this under the rug, not talk about this. Would I be still doing this video if all the teams that were 1 and 2 ranked, if like the Dodgers were already up 2-0 and the Orioles were up 2-0, maybe I wouldn't be doing this video, but it's clear to me when 4 different teams come in and struggle like those have, to the fact that none of them are leading their series yet. Things might change. By the time you're watching this, maybe that changes. This has to be seen, discussed, talked about, remedied. You cannot, like baseball, at the very least has to bring this up. It's got to be out there on the table for discussion. How do we fix this? But even better, you'd hope that this gets remedied. You'd hope that this is the last season you see a format like this. Otherwise, why are you playing? Why are you trying so hard to win your division and get one of the top 2 spots in your league? So you can sit and get rusty? Why? The whole thing is flawed if that's the case, and this is going to continue. There's no way. Intra-squad games, live BP, you can't do it. And especially to go from the regular season when a lot of these teams had clinched their thing, they haven't played a meaningful game in maybe 3 weeks by this time. And then they get 5 days off, 5 full days off to think about it, to watch the other series, to get cold. This has to change. This cannot stay the same in 2024 and beyond. So there's Gunnar Henderson. I should have talked about that photo first. It's kind of probably how he and the Orioles feel. Whoa. Face in the dirt, just getting dragged across the dirt. An unintentional disadvantage. Like, I don't think baseball was sinister in wanting this to happen or they designed it this way. No. But you should have thought this out. 5 days off when somebody looked at the schedule and the calendar and said, this is how it's going to be for you guys. Because that stinks for those teams. And none of those teams, I mean, I root for the Orioles, I guess. Atlanta. And maybe Dodgers, I don't know. Houston? Ooh, woof. So these aren't even my teams, but I do want to defend them, and I want baseball to change because when it is somebody else's team, I don't want them to have to also go through this. Thumbs up here. You made it to the end of the video. I very much appreciate that. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so I can definitely see you back here next time.